Well, this place should look familiar to you guys. Nice to be back up in Cochrane, Ontario. Welcome to the Westway. I just got up here a couple days ago, started volunteering and just helping to get our club, the Polar Bear Riders, open some trails over the next couple of weeks. Gonna spend some time up here. Lots of work, but some fun as well. I did some staking this morning, and I'm just going to get a little ride in on the Linkx. We'll get it out on the trail for a bit, just to try to get some miles in. It's actually supposed to warm up tomorrow, so I wanted to get a ride in before the warm-up actually happens.
Sledaddicz is brought to you by Team Vincent Motorsports, Bergstrom Carbides, Ledger Performance, Ultimax Belts, Stud Boy Studs, and Radio World.
And we're off. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cochrane, Ontario, our home away from home. Finally getting a little bit of a chance to play around a bit. I've been at it non-stop actually since I got up. Kenny's had me helping out and doing some signage and just helping to prep and get trails ready to go for the Christmas rush, which we always talk about. They got a good amount of snow up here actually. It's been pretty good. Not perfect yet. We're definitely going to need some more to work with for sure, but everything's pretty much had a first pass on it, so we're just doing our best to start to get these trails set up and ready to rock. Man, I was so excited to get in the truck and get up here. I absolutely love coming up here. I've been coming up here my whole life. And it's great to be back up in Cochrane. I love it here. I love the people. Feels like home for me. And, you know, I've made some lifelong friends up here, so it's always great to come up and hang out in the wintertime. All right, we're going to hit the A South, go check out some of the signage and see what's going on around, maybe even on the Genier Loop. We'll see. But here we are, guys. We're on the new 2025 Lynx Xterrain 900. I was absolutely stoked to get this thing. Oh, here we go. Is that Todd? That's not our guy. That's a big groomer. Wow, that's a beast. What's going on, man?
Not you.
Everything good?
Doing antifreeze hose.
Oh, really? Is he going to fix it?
I'm just gonna grab my shirt. I'll pull it out of there tomorrow morning.
What a beast, man. This thing's huge.
Tow truck.
Huge. It's awesome. Todd's a super cool guy. He owns Expedition Helicopters right here on my right. He does all kinds of stuff. Helicopter pilot. They do a lot of forestry work up here. Super cool dude. And we go up to his place, usually hang out for a bit too while we're up here. Over at Whiskey Shores, and he's got a couple of camps up on the Abitibi, and we'll hang out there. Nice to see some people out on the trails already around town. I'm gonna check a quick sign here. Thought Kenny said there's a sign missing around here, but I don't see it. Just gonna hit the L101 here. Well, it looks like I signed all this pretty well yesterday. This is the first trail that we opened up aside from the main drag, the A Trail in Cochrane. Got to be careful. Early season conditions are in effect, right? I know the trails really well, obviously, around here, and I've already been through them all. But we've only had a chance really to groom them up once, so still got got lots more work to do, and we need some more snow for sure. It's so good to be back in the saddle. I miss riding. This is like one of my favorite things, obviously, in the world to do. And you know, last year was a really tough year for us. This year it looks like it's been off to a really good start so far. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and hoping for the best, as everybody else is, I'm sure, that we get lots of snow this year, and even hopefully down south too, maybe get some riding down there and at least get the southern clubs you know, up and running, because they didn't really have much to work with last year. It kind of sucked, so it's a little thin through here, but once we get further north it gets better. I'm also really looking forward to this season. I mean, we've had a lot of big things happening with us. We've been, you know, doing really well with the little side business that we got going on with all of our knee pad kits that we've been selling and putting out there, and our shim kits. All the customization that we've been doing for people with those. It's been a lot of fun. Guys seem to be really loving a lot of the stuff that we're putting out, and pretty cool to see that grow. The YouTube channel's been going great, and you know, obviously we're going to plan to do as much content as we can this year too, so we'll just keep that rolling and pump out videos for you guys. But for one pass on this trail, it's actually really good. It'll be a really good base to set up for the season. Now you can see there's still tons of snow in the bush and in the trees and stuff. Just coming into the nice field section here. It's revving about 8,200 RPM. So Chris has this thing absolutely dialed in perfectly with this MCX kit. He did a bit of clutching work on it and put some adjustable weights in it, and it's bang on. It works great. She hauls the mail. Just on the north side of the Genie Loop L101 here, and I don't know, the last like probably 10 clicks, not the greatest conditions, but it gets better up here. Definitely a little bit more snow coverage. Had a chance to kind of put this thing through the paces through the trees, which was kind of fun. And Sled seems to be running good, just trying to get it all broken in, and again, just get some seat time to get used to the feeling of it, that's all. Surprised I didn't hit the limiter there at 8,300. Might have to make some small adjustments to the clutching. As soon as usually you hit the limiter with the MCX kit on, you might throw a check engine light and go into limp mode. So it's got to be clutched perfectly. Haven't really hit like big bumps with it yet. You know, mostly riding groomed trail, and that's why I do like to set them up plush. But you know, these things have big beefy shocks on them with the Pro 46s all the way through. The front feels pretty good. Comes down nice and soft. But yeah, she rips. Super, super fun sled. Woo! Definitely feels more nimble than any other four-stroke I've driven yet, and I think that was sort of the big thing. Sure, you still feel, you know, the weight, but it's nimble for a four-stroke. Even the guys I let Kenny and his son Kyle drive it yesterday, they said the same thing. Like, for sure, it's the most nimble feeling four-stroke I've had yet. This is probably one of the nicer sections of this Genie Loop. Big, long, beautiful stretch through the trees here. And that'll take you right up to the polar bear den. There's a little bridge up here, and then gets even narrower through the trees. Really beautiful. Man, it's good to be back in the saddle. So awesome. I'm crossing my fingers that this is just going to be a great snow year. Had a lot of fun at the shows in the fall. Great to see everybody when we ran into you. Hopefully came to visit us at the booth in Toronto and at the Peterborough show. We had a lot of fun. Great kickoff to the season doing those trade shows. And that's it. Now we're into the riding season. Let the games and the fun begin. Just beautiful through here. This is my favorite section of Genier. Supposed to be meeting Kenny up here, so we'll see if he's at the Polar Bear Den, which is just on our left here. He's not here yet. All right. So we'll head down to the river and probably bump into him here. Anyway, so that's like the first 100K on the new Lynx Xterrain 900R, again with the MCX Express tune that Chris put in for me along with his clutching, and this thing's just friggin' awesome. Works great. Definitely excited for this season to put the miles on this thing. This will be my touring sled for the year. A lot of fun so far. I know I can already tell I'm really going to enjoy this thing. And we'll bring you guys some more content, obviously, on the Linkx. If you are thinking about one or had any questions, or heck, if you even meet us up here, you can take it for a spin. Oh, he's on a different sled. What's happening?
Just enjoying the peace and quiet.
Nice.
Feel pretty quiet out here.
Yeah, I only saw.
That might go.
I saw one guy.
I saw just two guys ahead of you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Kenny Johnston. He's a good friend and president of the Polar Bear Riders Club up here. I've known Kenny, I don't know, it's probably like got to be close to 10 years now. Awesome rider, die-hard snowmobiler, and him and his wife Susan, just lovely people. Every time I'm up for the year, like coming up and volunteering and helping out and stuff, they take care of me. They feed me. Just great people. So we're gonna do just some cruising around with Kenny here and check out the swamp. Probably stop at that Polar Bear Den and then head back to town. Somebody's shooting our sign here. Definitely some more snow back here up in this section. So we're on the A103 right now. This is the trail that goes up to the Abitibi Canyon, which is a really great rip, about 160, 170K to get up there. So a lot of the locals too, they're traveling this up to Silver Queen, so this section gets a lot of traffic. So this comes around sort of the top side of Flood's Landing. It's one of our favorite spots. Wendy's great, she lives here. So we're gonna go down and see if she's here. It's probably one of the nicest spots up here and one of the best places to get breakfast at. It's an absolute hidden gem, and it's definitely Kenny's favorite spot.
Stump!
Hey?
That means a stump.
Oh, another one. So it's got those all marked out for stumps. Well, we're still making our rounds. I just left Wendy's place over there at Flood's Landing. It's good to see her, catch up for a bit. Always love stopping in there, so she's just trying to figure out her schedule and what she's going to do for opening this year. Sounds like it's going to be probably towards the end of December. So not too bad for early season riding. Conditions are limited, obviously. And Kenny and I are just kind of checking things out. We're going to check the river again. Woo. And hopefully it's frozen over. I don't think it's going to be. But we really need that river to freeze so we can start flooding operations. And we basically want to get to 18 inches of ice so that we can get a groomer across it. So we're going to head down there and check it out. big branch out of the way. It's nice to come up and like volunteer. It's definitely my way of giving back, and just because you know, I've got the time and it allows for it. I know not everybody can do it, but you know, if you do get a chance, even like just any old Saturday, you can get out and help your local club. There's always an extra set of hands needed in order to get the work done. So like right now we're just sort of checking things out, but the last 2 days I've spent basically signing 2 of the main loops here in Cochrane. Definitely try to help your local clubs. It's important for the future of the sport. Coming up to the Frederick House River here, I'm going to take a quick look and see what's going on. Let's pray for the best. But I don't think it's going to be there. Let's see what Mr. President says. Nope. Whoa, it's frozen. Hey!